Hello, kiddies. It's your old pal, the Crypt Keeper. And you're listening to Three Guys in a Flick. The good, the bad, and the gruesomely absurd.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
I didn't know murder was a love language.
Three guys and a flick with Don, Ken, and John. Dive into the movies well after the dawn. From the good to the bad to the wildly absurd. They give a fuck about films. Their voices are heard.
Welcome back. You are listening to Three Guys in a Flick. This is where we review the good, the bad, and the absurd. Tonight's episode, Heart Eyes. Beware spoilers. Coming to you from a romantic little getaway in Seattle, my name is Don. And to my right, we have the comic book guy, John.
These muscles weren't made for violence. They were made for cuddling.
Oh, brother. And to my left, we have the professor, Ken.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, why is Ken wearing that creepy hard eyes mask?
What's creepy about it?
And why are you breathing so heavy, dude? Just back up a little bit. That's personal space.
Hey, don't judge his kink.
Tonight, we are talking about Heart Eyes because, well, it's Valentine's Day in like 2 days.
Yeah.
So happy Valentine's Day to everyone who listens.
And why not, celebrate Valentine's Day with a rom-com slasher movie?
We saw this in the theater, you and I. John, did you go with us?
I did not.
Was this your first time?
This was my first time.
Do you remember seeing it in the theater?
I do remember, and I do remember that this movie actually kept me guessing throughout the movie, and it was kind of fun to go back. And this is the second time I've watched it, and there are just so many clues I can't believe I didn't catch the first time watching it through.
Well,
they give away the whole movie.
But why do you think you would catch it the first time through?
Because
you hadn't seen it before.
I know, but that's one of the things I always do. I've said it before on podcasts. I'm always looking for the clues and trying to make the guesses and figure it out ahead of time. And, there are little things I think would have given it away if I had been paying closer attention.
That's kind of a fair point because that is what a horror movie is kind of sort of all about.
Yeah,
in a way.
Especially this movie. I mean, at first I thought it was just a ripoff of Scream. I thought, they were intentionally stealing it. But no, it pays homage to a ton of rom-coms and a ton of horror movies, and they're obvious about it. And being that it's pretty much a Scream-type movie, I thought they did a pretty good job.
Released on February 7th, 2025, Heart Eyes was directed by Josh Rubin, and it was written by Philip Murphy, Christopher Landon, and Michael Kennedy. And it stars Olivia Holt, Mason Gooding, Gigi Zambabo, Michaela Watkins, Devon Sawa, Jordana Brewster, and a bunch of other victims in love.
How'd this movie do, Don?
This movie was made for $18 million and brought in $33 million. So there you have it.
I was looking at the where it hit, and that year it was number 65 in the box office. It's like, all right, well, yeah, there's other horror movies above it. Oh, wow. Okay. So, gentlemen, you probably already know what the number one horror movie for 2025 was, and I would be disappointed if you cannot pull this out of your ass right now.
I'm going to go ahead and say it was Weapons.
That would be my guess. Weapons.
Fuckers, it's Sinners.
Oh, Sinners. I guess Weapons was...
How many Academy Award nominations? Hello?
Yeah, I mean, horror. Yeah.
Come on, man.
No, you're right.
279.
Damn.
I almost feel, I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway, even though you let me down. The second, third, fourth, and fifth, there are 4 horror movies, and I want you to put them in order between the two of you. Second highest grossing horror movie, third highest grossing horror movie, right? And so on, right?
Yep. I got to remember what came out last year.
I'm going to give you the titles, and the two of you can collaborate and see if you can come up with the appropriate sequence.
Okay, fire away.
In no particular order, we have Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Conjuring, Last Rites, Weapons, Final Destination, Bloodlines. Which one is the second, third, fourth, and fifth highest grossing horror movie for last year?
I would probably go with Weapons, Conjuring.
I think The Conjuring made more than Weapons.
You think so?
People love that shit, dude. I'm
I
surprised.
don't know. I just heard it wasn't. I haven't even watched it yet, and I usually like the Conjuring movies. I just wasn't hyped for this one.
Well, then it must not have made that
Yeah.
much money if
Exactly.
you weren't hyped for it.
I represent society, so yeah.
All right, so what do you think is number 2? Weapons?
Well, I was going to either go Weapons, Conjuring, or you think it's Conjuring, Weapons?
No. You weren't that hyped for it.
2
So-
was Weapons.
okay.
3, Conjuring. 4, I'm going to say Five Nights, and then Final Destination.
See, I think just for whatever, I think it would be Conjuring, Freddy, Weapons, Bloodlines.
Okay.
That's what but that's not, yeah. So what are we going with?
I think we're going separate on this one.
Okay, so how about this? Neither one of you are correct.
Nice. Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
So use your deductive reasoning skills to come up one last time.
Conjuring. You said Conjuring number 2, but if,
Yeah, maybe Five Nights at Freddy's is number 2.
did we get any of them in the right order?
Once again, I said neither one of you had the correct sequence.
Okay.
So no, I'm gonna say. But now I can't remember what I said. What was number 1? I said Conjuring was number 1, right? Yeah.
You said, well, number 2.
That yeah. You know what I mean.
So I'm
All
gonna
right.
go
I think Freddy's is number 2.
Freddy's, Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just telling you that the sequence that you gave me was
Then
not
Conjuring.
correct.
Then Weapons.
And then
And Final Destination.
Final Destination.
The second highest grossing horror movie for last year is Conjuring, Lost Rites.
Yeah, I got that the first time.
Number 3 is Weapons.
Ah.
Number 4 is Final Destination, Bloodlines. And
What?
number 5 is Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
That one did go to streaming pretty quickly.
And by the way, Hard Eyes was number 10 of the ranked horror movies for last year.
Oh. Josh Rubin directs this.
I
do you
didn't
guys
know-
know him from anything?
I didn't know him from
Nothing.
anything. I
Nothing.
even looked up his movies. I guess cult status wise, people do like him, but I don't know him.
I thought the movie was put together very well. It felt very much like a rom-com, and it also felt very much like a horror film. So kudos to him and to the production team for being able to,
Mash up a horror rom-com.
which is, I mean, it's been done before, but I don't think it's been done this well.
Well, I looked up the rules of a rom-com versus a slasher film. So for a slasher film, you have to have at least 5 things. You have to have great kills, great gore, great stalking scenes, great killer design, and protagonists worth rooting for. I feel like it checked at least 4 of these 5 boxes. The only one that I didn't care for as much is the killer design. What did you think of? Did either of you think it met these criteria for a slasher film? Good
Yeah.
slasher film?
Yeah, I think it meets all 5.
Yeah, you know, when you read those off before, it instantly pulled me into the movie. It's like, yeah, okay. I can see all of those aspects that you list off as something that's included in Heart Eyes.
Yeah.
Hard Eyes.
For a rom-com, for a successful rom-com, you have to have a clear emotional want. You have to have strong opposing viewpoints on love, so your characters have to be completely different. They have to have great banter between the 2 characters. They have to have a reason why they can't be together. They have to have a midpoint where there is some intimacy, but then something breaks them apart. You have to have an internal change of at least one or both characters.
I feel like this is a lot more than 5.
This is a lot more. You have to have a great grand gesture, and the movie has to end with some kind of hopeful ending for our 2 characters.
Yes, it checks off all of those boxes.
All 18 of them.
But does it do successfully?
Yes.
So do you think that they actually made a great or good slasher rom-com?
Yes, I think that's how we led with this conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just throw out the criteria.
Well, okay. Did you?
Yeah, for the most part, yes.
Yes. Excellent. What about you?
As you said, it checks the boxes.
Okay.
Now, my next question would be is, do you feel like it was weighted one way or the other? Do you think it was more of a slasher movie or more of a romantic comedy?
To quote the Vision from Avengers Age of Ultron, it's terribly well balanced.
Is that how you feel, Professor?
Sure.
Okay.
What about you?
I thought it did a really good job balancing both, not so much to lean one way or the other.
Let's talk about this cast a little bit. Olivia Holt, do you guys know her from anything?
I actually know her from the Marvel TV series Cloak and Dagger.
And I was going to ask, had you watched it?
Yes, and I thought she did a great job. And in fact, in a recent interview, she said she would love to revisit that character.
Yeah, I never watched it. I never got into it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Did you know her from anything?
Uh-uh.
There was a Disney show called Kickin' It.
Yeah.
Way long time ago.
She was
that the kids used to watch.
She was a main character.
Yep, and that's what I know her from. And so I never checked her out in Cloak and Dagger. However, in this film, I thought she did a great job as the protagonist, or one of the protagonists. I really enjoyed her. What about you?
Yeah, she was a good character, and having her with some dialogue around her that allowed us to root for her, if you will, certainly helped.
Yeah, what about you?
I thought she did a great job. She did, not only was she kind of a kick-ass character, but she had the right amount of chemistry with Gooding.
Oh, agreed, 100%. I thought they did a good job at giving us a protagonist to root for, that we wanted to see survive, and they would have only been as good as their partner, which was Mason Gooding, and I thought he did very well in this role as well. What about you?
Yeah, he was a character that, he continued to spar with her, and that comes down to the writing. But yeah, what the two of them have back and forth throughout the movie, there's a really nice balance between the two. It's a nice dance.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that he was Cuba's son.
Yeah.
So that, going into the second time, I'm like, I kind of can see it, but he's been in a few things. He was like in Scream,
the new Screams
movie. And yeah, I thought he did a great job as well.
Yes. And I remember him from the Screams and, liking the newer ones. And I actually thought his character could have left New York and come to Seattle, and it would kind of have the same dynamic. But the kid's he's charming and charismatic like his old man is, and so I enjoyed him in the role.
One of the fun things I thought about his character is he's kind of a bigger guy, muscles, good looking and all that, who admits flat out he can't fight.
Yeah.
He's pretty much worthless in a fight.
And he's like a big old romantic.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Jordana Brewster, I thought she did an okay job.
I thought she did fine. I know her from the Fast and Furious movies and The Faculty. I thought she was great in The Faculty. She was a cookie cutter cop for a slasher movie.
I think that was the whole point of her character.
Yeah, absolutely. So if that was the point, she did it very well. You know what I mean? What did you think of her as the cop?
I'm watching her throughout the movie. It's like, why do I know you? Why do I know you? And then after the movie's over with, oh, Fast and Furious. Okay, yeah. Okay.
I felt the same way about Devon Sawa.
I know him from Final Destination.
He looks so familiar, and then I realized Final Destination.
But you know who he reminded me last night as I was watching it? He reminded me of Anthony Michael Hall.
I could see that, yes.
Just like kind of little glimpses.
I think when we went and saw it in the theater, I did a double take thinking maybe it was Anthony Michael Hall
for
first.
sure. Yeah. Anybody else jump out at you?
The only other person that has, any sort of screen time is the actress that plays Monica. Everybody else.
Gigi.
Yeah, it's just, 2 or 3 lines and that's about it. Aside from the third act.
Sure. She played the best friend, that romantic comedy best friend. She did a good job at it.
Oh, I thought she was a solid co-pilot.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the scenes with them together. And I think that's what keeps this movie moving, at least for me, was the rom-com scenes as I'm waiting for the horror scenes were entertaining. And this coming in at $1.37, I mean, it moves pretty good. So
there's one other character, which is the slasher, which is Heart Eyes. what did you think of the design, the look, the feel, the purpose of Hard Eyes?
I like the simplicity of it.
Yeah.
Outside of the mask, I mean, you get scenes where people are wearing his mask, just like in Scream and other horror movies. It's original. I mean, he does have heart eyes, but I like the rest of his tactical look with the knife and his crossbow.
All the stuff like he built or whatever.
Sure. And I like that he walks. He doesn't have to run.
Very Jason-like.
Sure. So as far as slashers go, I liked him. I thought he was pretty good. What about you?
I just chalked it up to here is another horror icon that is going to be emulated at Comic-Cons and such. And okay, yeah, he's a horror guy.
Welcome to pulp culture, Hard Eyes. What'd you think?
I thought it was a good start for maybe like an origin movie. I'm kind of hoping that they build on it more because there's talk they're doing a sequel. So I'm hoping they build on it a little bit more. The one thing I was disappointed in, when they light up his eyes to have that kind of night vision, I thought the costume, actually, the mask looked cooler with the eyes lit up than they did off. So I'm surprised they didn't do that more in the movie.
Well, I think a lot of it was because the timing in which the eyes were off, he needed it to be stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
I think with your big red hard eyes, people see you coming a mile away.
Being that it's almost Valentine's Day, I sure would love some trivia.
Of course you would. All right, contestants, I have arranged some trivia questions from Hard Eyes. Question number 1. During the dinner date between Allie and Jay, where does she say that she is from?
Dawn. She is from North Dakota?
That is not correct.
Damn it.
John, South Dakota?
She says she is from Phoenix.
Phoenix!
I didn't remember that.
I knew she wasn't from Seattle.
Question number 2. During Jay's interrogation, officers come in saying, "Detective, we got an HHW out front. What do you want me to do with her?" What is an HWW?
Dawn.
Tie.
Hysterical white woman.
Correct. Question number 3. This is a multiple choice question that each one of you can choose your answer, and it's not who answers first.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification.
If you choose the same, you choose the same. How many times does Allie discharge the firearm during Jay's confrontation with Heart Eyes in the police interrogation room? A, 5 to 8 times. B, 9 to 12 times. C, 13 to 16 times. D, 17 to 20 times. Now, this is all based on an unofficial count that I did.
I am going to go with the second range. 9, what was it? 9 to
12 times.
9 to 12 times.
I'm going with the same thing.
The correct answer is D, 17 to 20 times. The first time I counted 18 shots.
Yeah.
The second, third, fourth, and fifth time I counted 19
Well, I know
shots.
she shot the mirror like 3 or 4 times before it even cracked.
3 times, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to dispute it. Tie.
Yeah.
Question number 4. Where does Heart Eyes demand Allie meets him in order to save Jay's life?
Dawn.
Ooh, tie.
At a chapel.
St. Patrick's Chapel?
Neither one of you are correct.
Or was it St. Valentine's Day Chapel?
It is St. Valentine's Chapel.
Wow.
That's what I meant to say, but okay. Tie.
I didn't say, I just said chapel.
Yes.
All right.
Question number 5. What song does the movie end with?
Dawn. Oh, it's, God damn it. It's not, I can't take my eyes off of you. It's not that. Fuck. I don't know. I forget.
Was it the Police song, Don't Stand So Close to Me? I don't know.
How is that a rom-com song?
It's Police. Every little,
Every Little Breath You Take? Yeah, something like that. I don't know. What was it?
Every Little Step. That's what it is. Go on. What is it?
You Can't Hurry Love.
Oh, that's right.
Can't Hurry Love.
That's
Yes.
right. They had some good needle drops in this. So,
Ah, geez. So that leads me to my tie-breaking question.
We're
wait.
not doing so great.
Yeah, no,
I think we failed like every question.
or we tied.
Or
the
you
ones-
tied.
yeah.
Yes. So there is a tie-breaking question, and I don't have a tie-breaking question for the tie-breaking question.
Then how about this? As a Valentine to my friend John, we'll just tie.
I want the win.
Shit.
It's all about me.
Tie-breaking question. Where do Allie and Jay first meet?
John.
Don?
At a coffee shop.
No.
It is correct. At the coffee shop.
Oh, you're right. That's right. Yep.
But he's so quick to say no.
I got him backwards. But yes, you're right. Congratulations. You win.
Thank you. Hey, I was going to split the tie with you.
No.
Well done, boys. Well done. Each Valentine's Day, a masked serial killer known as the Heart Eyes Killer murders couples in a different U.S. city. This year, the killings hit Seattle, leaving 2 couples dead and a mysterious wedding ring engraved with the initials JS at one crime scene. Allie McCabe, a marketing professional fresh off a breakup, finds herself in hot water at work when an ad campaign she pitched featuring doomed couples is deemed tasteless in the light of the murders. Her boss forces her to team up with freelancer Jay Simmons, a man she awkwardly met earlier at a coffee shop. Jay invites Allie to dinner for campaign inspiration, but the night goes sideways after they clash over their views on love. When Allie spots her ex with his new girlfriend, she impulsively kisses Jay, unaware they're being watched by the HEK. The pair reconciled and head back to Allie's apartment, where Jay injures his hand breaking in and Allie treats it, revealing she once attended medical school. HEK attacks. After a frantic chase, Jay is knocked unconscious. Allie escapes and police arrive. Detective Zeke Hobbs and Janine Shaw arrest Jay after finding him with the killer's mask and weapon.
So the movie opens, we have this country ballad, and we are told it's Valentine's Day, and we get this little marriage proposal bit that goes on.
I love a good slasher movie that can start off with a couple of what the fuck moments, right? You go back to the classics and they all have an opening that at some point you go, oh, what the fuck, right? This I was very pleasantly pleased with. What'd you guys think of this opening?
You know, I do agree. I like when you got a slasher movie that starts out quick with your first, kill right out of the way, right out of the gate. The one with the knife through the camera, that was kind of an oh fuck moment for me.
Mine was, they have this proposal going on, and I think it's funny that they're poking fun at, I don't want to say these kinds of people, but the people that would film their
manufactured
engagement.
romantic kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly what I'm trying to say. And everything goes south. We get the knife to the camera, and I thought the crossbow was a nice touch, but nothing compared to what was coming.
The grape smasher.
Oh my gosh.
Well, my first thought was, you always watch for mistake. You call out, don't do this, don't do that. Why would you get in something like that where you're trapped and you're going to get killed? So it was just set up to be a gore-rific kind of kill.
Yes, and it was. I will give the filmmakers props on it.
I forgot how she was going to die in that. I thought she was going to get tumbled to death or something. I forgot about it smashing her.
Yeah, I did too until it started moving.
But she was kind of a bridezilla, so right in the beginning, you're kind of rooting for her to get it.
Yeah, there was nothing to be liked about these first 2 characters when they die. And you're thinking, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're chum.
Yeah.
It sets the mood. It sets the pace of the movie right out the bat.
Yes, it tells you it's going to have these rom-com moments. I mean, because that moment that's happening has probably been in a bunch of rom-coms, minus the murder, but that type of scenario. Mm-hmm. So it does set the pace very, very nicely.
So we get a heart-size title card, and then we are given a news montage describing HEK. And I was curious right off the bat. If he kills everybody, then why does anyone know who HEK is?
I got the impression they kind of hinted at this, that he is big on the dark web, things like that, that people are talking about him. And I almost feel like, especially when we learn more about this character, that they're going online and bragging about it.
Yeah, possibly. Watching the montage, and they never say it, but I took it as, how the Zodiac Killer always left messages?
Yeah.
I was thinking that throughout his crime spree, there were things that were left that maybe even the police gave him the nickname Hard Eyes, whatever, but it stuck. And I was like, oh, so this has been going on for a minute. We're coming into this story.
3 years, I think they said.
Yeah.
This was the third year.
Yeah, so that was very intriguing to me.
What do you think of having our backyard being the setting for this movie? Seattle.
I always think it's funny when Seattle is a location because 9 times out of, maybe 6 times out of 10, it actually is Seattle. Or no, the other way around.
Yeah. 4 times out of 10, 3 times out of 10.
It is Seattle, yeah. The best example I have is like Assassins. You could tell that was filmed in Seattle. This was a lot of wide shots of Seattle in the Pike Place Market. But I'll tell you what, that airport, that wasn't fucking SeaTac.
Well, it's the airport. Where is the big open field with a carousel in it? There was a lot of those wide shots early on when you said Pike Place Market and all that. Sure. Everything else didn't feel like Seattle to me.
You get a movie that is set in a city, and we've all seen it in previous movies. It's like, that's so fake. That's not real. That's not right. But I figure that, outside of filming in LA, you're probably going to get that with a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And this was more than likely filmed in Canada. Yeah. So
sure.
I was waiting for more Seattle landmarks. It's kind of what I was hoping for.
Well, we did have that splash of Space Needle. Oh, there's the Space Needle. Oh, there's Space Needle again. Oh, there's Space Needle again. So then we get Allie. She's on a carpet call in front of the company about her advertising campaign about love and death.
And you get the impression, because they kind of revealed before as she's kind of stalking her ex, that, she has a recent breakup, and that probably led to this campaign, which was a stupid campaign about tragic deaths, lovers' deaths and things like that around Valentine's. Even if it wasn't connected to the Hard Eyes Killer, it seems like a pretty dumb campaign.
Hey, I thought it looked pretty cool. I like the black and white effect with the blood being scarves. I thought that was visually pleasing.
Mm-hmm.
But I get what you're saying.
Another thing I do like is that, some of these murders, some of these things happen off screen. So basically, our couple, Allie and
Jay.
Allie and Jay, aren't the main targets, because already he's killed 4 people at the winery. And then even before he gets to them, it's announced he's killed 2 more couples at a spa.
Yeah, and I like the randomness of it. So there is no telling who or when or what.
Yeah, and the killer, ultimately find him, isn't even connected to the 2 of them, just saw them kiss, and that's the whole reason why he has targeted them.
Sure. Yeah. And, during this advertising meeting, it is revealed to us, the audience, that a fixer is being brought in, and it is Jay.
Yeah, who Allie just happened to meet at that coffee shop ahead of them. What do you think of their initial meeting?
Oh, come on. The 2 identical, obscure coffee orders? Of course. It was kismet. It was meant to be.
Well, I love how they both say, how could you possibly have the same order? And the guy in the background's like, it's a very common order.
Yeah, I caught that. But you're right. It's very kismet, and I thought their initial meeting was adorable.
What did you think of the head smacking?
Well, I mean, of course, something like that's going to happen. And so during this meeting, you're right, Jay's called in, and then they have that moment that it's coming. Even before it's coming, it's coming. And Jay's brought in, and now Allie's kind of like afraid for her job.
Do you think that immediately, from the coffee shop, Jay was already smitten with her, and that's why he said, well, you're going to go out with me tonight, we're going to go to a nice restaurant, all that he was actually looking for a date? Or do you think he was just thinking work up until that point?
No, he was not just thinking work.
I think he was smitten with her.
Yeah, he does a good job at showing it. And, Allie's in her office going, oh, fuck, you're going to fire me. And the main lady's like, I'm not going to fire you, but get your head out of your ass. I
like how she's like, I'm not going to fire you. I'm going to keep you on for 6 more months, and then I'm probably going to kill you. I'm not going to kill you, but I might just kill you.
Or I won't. Or I will. Yeah.
Did you get that her boss, what that hairstyle was inspired by?
Cruella DeVille?
No, she, I guess, either was friends or just loved the hairstyle from Julie Louise-Dreyfus in the MCU. So she did that same hairstyle with that white stripe.
Oh.
Now we are taken to a Seattle crime scene where we meet Hobbs and Shaw, and they're investigating the winery murders.
I like how how Shaw has no qualms about getting into that smasher and just start picking up stuff. And you get the dynamic of the two cops. They felt very slasher movie detective-y for sure. And it's building our murder mystery.
It also, right from the bat, she starts with the red herrings of she's on dating websites because she can't find love.
So they have come to the conclusion that Heart Eyes has come to our city, boys, and we've got another 10 hours of Valentine's Day left. So he's going to be killing. And so with that, okay.
I did appreciate that, someone questions of how do we know it's even him? And they bring up the photo from the photographer's camera that caught just a glimpse of him.
And I was thinking that's probably the first reveal that we have that's the HEK. But before that, it's like, then why does anybody know who HEK is?
In the meantime, Jay asks Allie to dinner so they can talk work.
And of course, Monica informs her that her outfit she's currently wearing looks like a before picture.
I love that. That's a funny line. That made me laugh out loud.
Did you get that when they went and did this montage of trying on dresses and outfits, a lot of those dresses were from different rom-com movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of figured
they had a Clueless one. They had one from Julie Roberts from Notting Hill. Julia.
Pretty Woman.
Yeah, I thought it was
Pretty Woman. You're right. I think it was Pretty Woman. But anyway, so yeah, that was the whole idea of that montage.
And then we get to dinner. And as far as first date conversations go, or co-working conversations, I guess, if you will, I bought it. I thought they had good chemistry, and you could tell that she was scarred,
angry,
and probably still a lot sad. And he is coming from the glass is half full mentality. So yeah,
and she came off pretty harsh. She's pretty mean during that whole thing, and he was trying to be patient with her.
Okay, but he jumped really quick into the romance stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he didn't waste any time getting over to, let's talk about touchy-feely stuff.
But
and the whole point of the dinner was to talk work.
Well, there was also, they're coming up with a romantic advertising campaign. I thought, well, he's trying to set the mood. He's trying to inspire by ordering champagne and going to the nice restaurant and all that. I didn't know so much if he was actually hitting on her, more of just trying to get some inspiration out of her.
I think there are different ways to get inspiration that don't come across as we're on a date. Because that's exactly how I took it.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how I think he was taking it as well.
Me too.
Until she said no, right? Because she keeps trying to go, we're here on work. We just keep it professional. And he was like, okay, let's bring in the champagne.
We also get our first introduction to something that gets called back throughout the movie. It's kind of almost like a running gag, which is the metal straw that she carries around with her.
Now, she did that back in the coffee shop.
Yeah, that's where it started. But I'm saying, she explains it, I think, here.
Yeah, because we knew that was coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You also have a little bit where she really, lays into him. How do I feel about romance? It's a farce. It's a lie. 99% of us are chasing a dream that is not real. I mean, she's pretty harsh on him here. And, he comes back and he's trying to, to rebuff it. But then she comes in for the jugular. It's like, why are you single? And she just really lays into him. And I just feel like it was just like a double barrel shotgun to the chest, the way she hit him so hard, about being Mr. Romantic.
Yes.
And this was a good rom-com bit, right? It almost made you forget you were watching a slasher flick.
Yeah, well, there always has to be one of the characters pushing the other one away. So you're right, she goes for the jugular. I mean, she basically says to him flat out, there's got to be something wrong with you if you're not with somebody.
So he gets up, let's call it a night, and he gets up and leaves, and she chases him out. And outside, holy shit, I could totally tell as soon as she went in for that kiss what was going on.
Oh, yeah, they telegraphed it, and we've seen it 1,000 times before. She kisses Jay because her ex is walking up.
Yep.
Yeah. And you can recognize them from the pictures on the phone.
Yeah, for sure. But I do like how Jay was cool about it, played along.
I would have played along, wouldn't you have?
Oh, absolutely.
Sure. And then just after this happens, we get the heart eyes perspective, and you get the goggle or the binoculars look, but they're two hearts and some heavy breathing.
I thought that little heart, binocular heart vision was cute. Nice little twist.
And I got the impression right away that he was picking them because of the kiss. He looks for couples, he looks for romance. And so right away I thought that's what now has set them in his sights.
Yeah, I think that was the point. Because as we know, there are no predetermined victims. He saw the kiss and he said, yep, I'm going after those guys.
But, the whole little bit about, Colin and Cena, their reservation, but, our other couple that was supposed to be here, right? It's like, oh, please, really? And they seem so happy. Yeah, we're just going to honor them, and it's going to be great type of thing.
Yeah, that was probably a line that was put in there at the last second, and someone said, oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah, well, it was definitely felt shoehorned.
Yes.
So Allie, she thanks Jay. Thank you for playing along. I really appreciate it. And then they share a cab ride, and the cab ride's kind of funny unto itself in a way.
Very rom-com-y.
Yeah.
You got the over-romantic cab driver. You are in love. You should love each other.
Yeah.
And of course, then we see her get out of the cab. She's locked out. He notices it. He's got to do the chivalrous thing of, I'm got to go help her.
Well, he was just making sure that she was okay,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so he breaks the window, right?
Yeah, he offers to break the glass.
Because he doesn't want her to cut herself. So he says, let me show you how to do it. And he ends up cutting himself.
Yeah, I thought that was a funny moment because now she's got to bandage him up, right? So what'd you guys think of the whole kind of the reversal, right? In a lot of movies, it's the girl who goes to the guy's house and the guy's throwing away pizza boxes and trying to straighten up. We've seen it 1,000 times, right? But now it's now she's doing it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of this whole scene?
I thought it was a cute scene in the fact of, she's just been through a breakup, so she's probably been living slovenly for a while. And of course, she's got the toy on her nightstand.
I thought that was hilarious. But I like how cool Jay is about it. I mean, the whole thing, right? He looks at she's like, sit down, and he looks over at the couch, and it's all full of clothes. So, I mean...
He sits on the bed. I didn't want to wrinkle any of your clothes.
Because he couldn't sit on the couch. Looked like my old pool table, full of clothes. And so as she is wiping the wound, stitching him up.
She reveals also that she is afraid of blood.
And that she went to, or started, medical school.
Dropped out because she couldn't take the blood.
Right.
And of course, she then tries to sneak around and hide that toy behind her back, backs up towards the closet. And my question is when did he get in the closet?
Earlier.
Like while they were locked out, was he sneaking around the side of the building and getting into the building?
Yes.
And then how did he know which apartment was hers? Did he look at the mailbox listing or something? I don't know.
Yes.
It just seemed a little far-fetched that he could find her apartment, get into her apartment, get into the closet.
Oh, this part seems far-fetched.
This was the only question, the one part I questioned, I think.
Interesting.
Well, I certainly had all those questions. I had all those because there's no fucking way he would be able to know where he's supposed to be, when he's supposed to be, to get in there and to be ready like that. And I completely knew as soon as she opened up that door, he was going to be standing in the closet. And yep, there he is. Shocker.
And that is the point. The point is, it doesn't matter how he got in there. He's in there. You know, how does Michael Myers get from everywhere to anywhere? But I'd like this moment because it mixes a scare with a joke, because she has the toy in her hand. So what does she do?
She throws it at him.
And I love how it just bounces off his head and then it lays on the ground and starts vibrating. I thought that was pretty humorous. But Hard Eyes is in the apartment. They got a big fucking problem.
Big problem. And sure enough, he goes apeshit. But they are able to get out. And now they're out and they're rushing to the cab driver.
And this is a oh fuck moment for me because I didn't see it coming. But a arrow to the face
Of the cab driver, yeah.
Poor guy. He was just waiting for them to be in love.
Yeah.
And we get this moment right after that, which is, Allie, she's trying to reason with Hard Eyes, and she's like, we're not even a couple.
Which I think they say throughout, like 2 or 3 times throughout the movie.
Yeah.
I would say 3 times at least.
Yeah.
And so they're on the run, and Hard Eyes is stalking them.
And they run into the botanical gardens, which are conveniently closed for renovation. Okay, here's our backdrop. No help around, of course.
And so they square off with Hard Eyes, and Jay gets knocked unconscious.
Gets his ass kicked.
Does get his ass kicked. And Allie takes off.
My first question is, he then goes after Allie. Why didn't he kill Jay? But then that's answered about, 5 minutes later.
Yeah, he had to pin the
wrap.
Yeah. And so as Allie's getting away, the police show up.
Well, here's the funny thing is my first instinct, and it's called out later, which I'm glad they call it out, is she abandoned him. She just left him on the ground instead of trying to lure Hard Eyes away.
So you get this little bit to where she is shuddering and shaking and hiding, and then you start hearing this squeak. She peeks around the corner, and there's H.E.K. He's just sitting there swinging on a swing without a care in the world.
I thought that was pretty creepy.
And then, but and she peeks back around again, then suddenly, just as quickly, he's gone. You don't see him, and okay, just like that, he's not on the swing anymore.
That's right. He's the motherfucking Hard Eyes killer.
So he fires up the carousel. Shocker. He's on the carousel. Shocker. Yeah.
And he attacks, and she ducks, bobs, and weaves, and jumps off the carousel, which looked pretty painful. And then the police arrive.
He's about ready to go in for the kill, but then all of a sudden, whoop, 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 the police sirens.
Which I had forgot, but while they were originally running, Jay called the police. So that's why they showed up.
Okay, but it was a cell phone, 911, and then boom, the phone is shot out of his hand.
Yeah, but at least maybe they tracked it. I don't know, but somehow they showed up enough to find Jay first before they found him.
Yeah, they did find Jay.
Because Allie abandons him, and the killer leaves, a mask and a weapon, or just a mask?
I think it was the mask and a weapon. And my thought originally, because I felt like this was going to be some kind of Scream motif where they first make you, claim this guy's the killer, but he's not the killer. And then it turns out later he is the killer. And so I thought maybe it is more than one person. Maybe Jay is involved, and they were just trying to play that little game of, making us think it and then not think it, then think it. So I was already putting my money that Jay was somehow involved.
Oh, I didn't. Not once. It would undermine the entire rom-com bit of it. I didn't see the 3 killers coming, but in this particular moment, he couldn't have been the killer because he was with her the entire time. So.
Yeah, but at the same time, Jay passes out, and then Hard Eyes is like, well, this is no fun. Okay, what's up with that?
I think he went to chase what's her name.
Yes, I know that.
I also think it was the whole point was they were going to frame Jay and make Jay look like the Hard Eyes killer at this point, just to play with them.
Which is kind of a smart thing to do.
Yeah, because obviously one of them's a police officer, so they're going to arrest Jay and screw with him, have him at the police station where they can hold him and make it easier for the Hard Eyes
but
killer
only one of the killers was there, because the cops that show up is one of them.
My name is Cupid Valentino, the modern day Cupid, and I just want to say one thing. Happy Valentine's Day. I don't think y'all heard me. I just want to say Happy Valentine's Day.
At the police station, Hobbs and Shaw interrogate Jay, noting his initials match the ring and that he's been in the same cities as prior HEK attacks. Allie waits in the lobby with desk officer Fran and IT tech David, who awkwardly asks her out. When the power goes out, HEK strikes again, killing Fran, fatally stabbing Hobbs, and wounding Shaw. Allie rescues Jay, and the two flee to the drive-in theater, bonding while hiding among moviegoers. HEK attacks the crowd, forcing Allie and Jay to confront him directly. They manage to kill and unmask the killer, but the man is unrecognizable. As paramedics arrive, Shaw reappears and offers Jay a ride, an offer he accepts.
So, as I was mentioning, during the interrogation, this is where I think it comes up first that it could be a fetish that he might have or a kink or something like that, which, like I said, is the next clue that she's involved.
Oh, sure. This scene kind of reminded me of the Terminator in some ways, the police station scene.
Mm-hmm.
But Allie's out in the lobby.
And she's pleading. She's saying he's not guilty. He's been with me the whole night.
And they're like, we'll do the question asking, Missy. And we cut back and forth into the interrogation room, and they show him the ring and the initials and the cities. And it all makes it almost look like it is Jay, but that's just a little bit too perfect.
Well, that's what I kept thinking was they're going to make it look like it's obviously him, but we know as an audience it can't be him. And then they were going to somehow twist it that, yes, it was him.
Oh, yeah. But I didn't think it was him.
Mm-hmm.
So
in the meantime, we have Allie back out in the lobby, and then she ends up striking up a quick little conversation with the tech guy at the station. He kind of sort of hits on Allie a little bit.
And she's like, nah, I'm not really in a good place, but thank you for trying.
And she's like, where the hell is everybody? Celebrating. They got the hard ice killer. So she eventually, bitches enough to this, who is that? The squad captain or this
Fran or something?
No, the front desk officer.
Yeah, I thought her name was Fran.
Yeah, but
something.
there's a particular title that they have for that duty.
Watch captain?
Something like that.
Maybe.
I knew right away that woman, the only reason she was there is she was going to be one of the people killed.
Well, and I'm pretty sure there was only 3 cops in that entire police station.
And we're going to get to that.
I didn't expect Hobbs to go as quick as he did. I thought he would make it till the end.
I remember when we saw it the first time, I kind of thought it was him.
He made a comment earlier on in the movie about, cutting his nuts off or something like that, or, don't cut my nuts off. And then the way he gets killed with the machete to the crotch.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
That would suck.
I agree. And the whole time that we are in the police station, there is this blue light tint that's like, making it, deceptively dark. That
yes.
For whatever reason, this is the darkest police station ever. And she has anxiety about that supply room closet, that what's going on in there? And I don't know what that is, but, clearly it's all really, really hard to see. And so she starts to investigate, but then she stops. She leaves the frame. She comes back and she's got that flagpole.
Yep, because she has a weapon now, because in any good horror movie, you should get yourself a weapon.
Well, I think it's funny is that you first see her with that weapon, with that flagpole, and you think this is ridiculous. She's going to defend herself with the flagpole. And I love that it got turned around, and that's what the killer used to kill the officer.
Yeah, because she's standing there, and you can see the flagpole go right through Fran.
Yeah, and I like how Fran says, "What are you going to do with that?" And what are you doing? I'm just very patriotic.
Yeah.
Back in the interrogation room, I didn't quite understand why Shaw says the statement that she does to Jay, and it's a sort of an off-the-cuff remark where she says, she's a perfect candidate for a little girl like yourself. what is up with that?
I have no fucking idea.
I thought that Shaw was flirting with him a lot in that interrogation. Like she was asking him questions about his dating history and all that, because I thought if this is not the killer, she's kind of interested in him.
Which is kind of a red flag, right? Because she sits on the desk all provocatively and is asking him questions.
Yes, we get so brief cleavage, shot.
And did you notice he looked?
Yes. And then suddenly, bam, the power's turned off.
Which makes sense if you think there's an IT guy there who could turn off the power.
True. And apparently there was only 5 people total in that entire police station.
Yeah.
Because everybody was celebrating.
And did you notice of the people...
Which means crime takes a break.
We have our 2 protagonists, which of course they're going to get away. We have Fran who gets killed, and we have Officer Hobbs that gets killed. But the 2 people we don't see anything happen to is Shaw and David.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So again, that felt like, going back and watching it the second time, another big hint.
Sure, I guess. And of course, when the officer goes into the supply closet, see, there's no killers in here. Well, of course there is.
Of course.
Shucker.
You're in a fucking horror movie, guys.
Is this the first time we see with the lit up
his
hard eyes?
His hard eyes turn on. And I'm thinking, how can you see 1 foot in front of you with those on? You can't see anything with those lenses lit up.
Well, I think night vision glasses, when they turn on, they do light up like that.
So now we have this killer point of view, and he is chasing Allie. Now, Shaw sees him, and Hobbs, he leaves Jay as we hear the shots, because Shaw, she has him dead to rights in the hallway.
Rights. Yeah.
Dead to rights. And I'm thinking, how the fuck does he not get shot? This is a detective that has firearms training. And for whatever reason, now granted, we don't see what happened to her, and I am curious, why don't we see her? And of course it's revealed, but I'm thinking there's no fucking way she would have missed him.
Yeah, so because we don't see her, I assumed at the moment that she was dead.
That's what my thought was,
he got her, right? And then he goes out and he sees Hobbs, and he gives him a little machete love.
I had 3 more questions that immediately followed this. Why doesn't she call for backup?
Because they're all out celebrating. Next question.
Why are the lights flickering? He was able to manufacture that effect. And the third one that follows immediately after that, when the lights are flicking on, off, and we're looking at Shaw, what is behind her? The emergency floodlights that are on a battery, and when the power is off, then they stay on. And sure enough, behind her head, both of those lamps are on the entire time. So why is it dark in that hallway? Those 3 questions. Bam, bam, bam. That's what I got out of that moment.
I just say the IT guy programmed it all.
I call it slasher movie convenience, because we are now in a part of the movie that we're no longer rom-comming, we're slasher movieing.
Well, we also get this where, they had already mentioned that Allie had abandoned Jay in that alley or whatever it was. And now we have another scene where basically Jay is handcuffed to the desk, asks Allie for help, and it appears she's abandoning him again.
And next thing you know, Hard Eyes is in the interrogation room.
And he's just fucking with Jay. He's doing the slow kill thing.
Yeah, psychologically tormenting him.
Which I really never understood how any killer... I mean, I get toying with them to make them more scared, but we've all seen the movies. If you toy with them too long, they're going to get away.
Yeah, but then we hear the gunshots hitting the glass from behind, and my thought was, where'd she find the gun?
It's a police station.
Do they just leave guns out lying around?
Yes. So when was the last time you were at a police station?
I thought maybe Shaw had been killed and she took the gun off of Shaw's body.
Yes, we're going to go with that.
But it turns out that wasn't what happened.
No, because apparently Allie, she has training from Star Wars stormtroopers, because she's standing 10 feet away from the guy, and she doesn't get one hit on him, not one hit from 10 feet away.
I do love that Jay calls her out on it and says, you are a horrible shot.
Yeah, at least they call it out.
Yeah.
You got to give them credit for that.
After it was done, for me, the movie went from being comical, and now it has become an absurd movie.
I just feel like, obviously, they can't hurt the killer this quick.
Maybe, but I mean, this movie is moving along pretty well.
Yeah, and so he covers. It's funny because he stands there for a second while she's shooting at him, and then turns and runs out of the room. Like, I don't know if he was in shock or if he was just like, let me see if the bitch can hit me.
She had him fucking dead to rights.
Yeah.
She had both hands on the pistol. She's looking down the sight, and she's like, you don't even get one hit on him?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Not one.
So they flee the police station, and they're fleeing the police station, and I'm thinking to myself, a downtown Seattle police station that only had 3 officers in it.
I thought,
Yeah, 5 people total.
I thought that was weird
Okay.
too, that there were no officers. I can understand even if they did call for backup, they could take a while to get there, but 3 total officers in the entire thing. And 2 of them are out and about doing an investigation.
So they get outside the police station, and they almost kiss, and there's Hard Eyes.
That was one of the really questionable scenes to me is you're being chased by a serial killer, but you got to stop and have that romantic moment. I think that would be the last thing on their minds.
But the one little saving grace out of this scene is both of them yelling at Hard Eyes, "We're not together! Go kill somebody else!"
Is this where they lead him to the drive-in?
Yes, as she calls it, an all-you-can-kill buffet.
And it did seem a little weird that they were okay with it. Even they call it out that we've just, led him to a place where a lot of people are going to die, but let's go hide in the middle of them.
They say they have to get rid of him, that they have to get him out of there.
Only
After
after.
they hide for a while.
And something's starting to, pandemonium begins to erupt. But, it is mildly amusing watching Hard Eyes, almost drunkenly taking in his surroundings.
And
many choices.
And it's one of those cliche moments where, people have embraced what is going on in the world and idolizing things that they shouldn't be idolizing. So there's already Hard Eyes masks in population.
He's got a fan
base, right? And so him walking through the crowd, I thought was done very well because you heard a lot of the times, what the fuck, right? And then I like how he walks by the one dude and he's all, oh, great costume. And then he stabs him.
Did that feel, again, this felt a little Jason to me. He's just slowly walking through, slashing people as he walks through.
Oh, sure.
And I like how they hide in this van with this couple having sex in the back. And here they are kind of having a moment of, revealing themselves to each other. And in the background, you're just hearing this couple bang the whole time.
Yeah, and the couple aren't quiet about it, which I thought was hilarious.
Did you think this went on a little bit too long, though?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, it was more focused on, because they're both talking about their parents.
Yeah.
So we're getting more insight into these 2 characters, Jay and Allie.
She's the anti-romantic, but she comes from a family that was very romantic and had the perfect love story until I think the mother died or the father died, something like that. And he came from a couple who hated each other. So that led him to be the uber romantic.
After her dad died,
that's what it was.
Her mom just wasn't there anymore. And so that's what she saw. And she didn't want that as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and so now we are seeing that these 2 are opposites of each other, hence the attraction.
All I kept thinking that whole time, and this is where my mind goes in these things, is you got this couple that's banging in the back of the van, and all I could think of was, oh God, it must smell so horrible in there right now.
Huh. Fascinating. And so as the couple are banging, they get louder and louder, and they're like, oh, fuck. Hard Eyes is going to hear.
Too loud.
And sure enough, he fucking does. And this is probably in the top running of my favorite kill.
This was my oh fuck moment. And it wasn't just so, the door opens and he kills the guy. It was the girl, the way she got it was my oh fuck moment.
Oh, yeah, because you didn't see it coming. And it was a tire iron.
Yeah.
That was fucked up. And just the shot of it, I thought was pretty funny. And now Hard Eyes knows where they are, and now we got to fight.
And we also get our moment of, they're fleeing the scene, But I don't know if you want to call it a come to Jesus moment or whatever. They decide at this point in the movie, which almost felt like wrapping up the movie is, usually you get this later on in the slasher movies, that they have to face the killer and they have to take him on and take him out to save everybody else.
Well, the killer was only going to stop once he had them. So it makes sense.
I don't know if he was going to stop when he had them, because he's killing brazenly now, and the pandemonium that's happening, I'm beginning to think that pandemonium will allow them to slip away.
Well, my thought is he kills couples. So once he's done with them, he'll just move on to the next couple he's after, or call it good for Valentine's Day.
This year.
So
they fight with Hard Eyes.
I do like how they call attention. Hey! And you see Jay's flipping them off.
Yeah.
And I think she calls him fuck eyes.
Oh, yeah. So Hard Eyes, he betters Jay, and he's on the ground. And then Allie, she bangs him on the head. And now Hard Eyes, he turns around to face Allie. And then that's where you get Jay. He impales.
That's what it was.
He impales him. And then we get all that blood splatter onto Allie. And then we see Hard Eyes. He slumps over.
This was a laugh out loud scene for me, which was, it's in my mouth, Jay.
Yeah.
It's in my mouth.
Thanks a lot, Jay. What? You got it in my mouth.
I thought it was hilarious how I thought she was going to throw up on Jay, but the fact that she throws up all over Hard Eyes, I thought was kind of hilarious. I also thought it was funny when they take the mask off, they do the Scooby-Doo, and they both look and they go, who the hell is this guy?
Who is that?
Even I was like, who the fuck was that?
And all I kept thinking was, this can't be the end of the movie. This can't be the end of the killer. I mean,
because there's a half hour left, and I'm thinking, oh, damn it.
It's such a letdown. Just some rando.
And so the cops show up.
And the EMTs are there.
And, Jay makes one final attempt.
I want to go back to my hotel?
And do some work, right?
But she's like, nope, not going to happen.
Although she wants to, because I think she's falling for him too.
Oh, I think she fell hard for him already.
Yeah. And so after she says no,
Shaw shows up. Oh, she's got her arm in a sling. So she does survive. And we completely gloss over that whole bit. So it's like, okay, I wonder what that's about.
Jay's also a little bit heartbroken, I think, the fact that she just told him off again. And so he's like, you know what? I'm just going to get on a plane and go.
Yep. And so he was going to call an Uber, but Shaw's like, I'll give you a ride, big boy.
Did it seem like Allie was okay somewhat with her decision and all that until she saw Shaw kind of flirting with Jay and thought, okay, that's my man?
No, I don't think she was okay with the decision at all. And seeing Shaw with him just poured salt in the wound.
For me, I thought, again, this is something I didn't catch the first time through, which was, she must have just basically put Jay in the back of the car and driven him straight to the church and locked him up. This is where, Jay found out who the killer was.
Yeah. I took it as she was a little upset about Shaw and Jay, but the two punch was the ambulance, the paramedic saying, I got to go. I got to call right now. And all of a sudden she's left standing by herself. I got to get myself home. And Jay and Shaw, and so I thought that was sort of the 1-2 punch. And now she's got, she's feeling sorry for herself.
I love that the ambulance driver took back the 2 blankets.
I thought that was hilarious.
Well, yeah, because it's part of the equipment.
Well, usually I think they have extra blankets and they can leave them with victims if they need to.
I thought it was curious that there were no police officers left.
Yeah, you think that a police officer would have taken her away or taken her home because she is a victim in this. Throughout this whole movie, I felt like Jay and Allie handled it pretty well, that they were almost killed like a few hundred times, also beat to hell. Like she should have been on her way to the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
I need love to ease my mind. I need to find someone to call mine. But Mama said...
Realizing she's fallen in love with Jay, Allie rushes to find him, only to receive a call from HEK revealing Jay has been captured and will be killed unless she comes alone. At a chapel, Allie learns the truth. David and Janine Shaw are the real Hard Eyes killers, a secretly married couple with a fetish for killing lovers. The man Allie and Jay killed earlier was Eli, their devoted fanboy and lover. The ring belonged to David, engraved with Shaw's initials. They force Allie to choose between killing herself or Jay, handing her a gun with one bullet. Instead, she shoots Shaw, accidentally wounding Jay. Chaos erupts. Jay kills David by stabbing him with an arrow, triggering a candle wax fire that burns him alive. Shaw attacks Allie, but Allie kills her using a metal straw and a statue of Saint Valentine, slowly decapitating her. A badly burned David returns for one last attack, but is finished off by Jay with his own crossbow. 1 year later, Allie has returned to medical school. She and Jay attend a drive-in movie where Jay asks Allie to move in with him. She declines, then proposes instead. In a mid-credit scene, Allie receives a threatening phone call that turns out to be a prank from her friend Monica until the call abruptly cuts off. Roll credits.
So this is where we have our back to our rom-com that she goes home, realizes how much she screwed up and is talking to Monica and reveals to Monica that I screwed up, and they have this whole speech. I thought it was a cute little speech that they put in 6 or 7 different rom-com movie names.
Sure.
Giving her this speech and convincing her to go after him, go to the airport.
You can't let him go. You deserve to be happy. So next thing you know, we got a cab ride, and there she is at the airport.
And of course, she goes running after. I thought it was so funny that she's just yelling his name out front of the airport like he wouldn't already be in the airport.
Totally.
But she's just going to sit there and scream Jay like there's nobody else named Jay in the whole airport.
Totally.
You never know. God, you guys are such naysayers.
Allie gets a phone call, and it's roses are red, violets are black. Guess who's with me and not coming back?
Did that whole voice modulation thing again scream to you?
I mean, not when I first saw it.
It's the first time we've heard Heart Eyes talk throughout the whole movie.
Sure. And so the Hard Eyes tells her,
St. Valentine's Chapel, come alone or he dies.
and so she's got no choice. She's got to go.
Well, she's abandoned him once before. She should have said, fuck it, I can find another.
Yeah, but she felt bad about it.
Oh.
What do you mean? She went back, didn't she?
And then apparently the killer took time. I mean, this looks like an abandoned church or something, but took time to light 1,000 candles all around the chapel.
Oh, they did this 2 days ago.
You think they had it all set up?
Oh, yeah. That's how come the candles looked the way they did.
Yeah.
So
was this their hideout?
Yes, this is their lover's nest.
I just chalked it up to one more absurd thing. Of course, there's 1,000 candles lit.
Of course there was. It's Valentine's Day.
Yes.
I think you're missing the point of this movie.
And I'm still curious as to why it is that they just got, such a hard-on about killing people.
A heart-on?
1 day a year.
Because it's a unique thing to do.
The other 364 days a year, can't wait.
It is now revealed that IT guy David and Shaw are the two killers. Watching it again last night, I forgot that there was 3. So I was like, oh, yeah, that's right.
A throuple.
I thought Shaw was a good reveal. This David guy who only saw for 2 seconds in the whole movie, and the way he acted and the way he delivered his lines, he was kind of a letdown to me. I didn't find him interesting at all.
It's me, David, the IT guy.
And she's even like, who? It felt very much in the realm of where this movie is going. Yeah, we did get to see him earlier, but it didn't make a difference to me who the killer was.
I just knew we were going to. It was somebody that we saw early on in the movie.
Right.
It's going to be somebody we've seen before. It's not some phantom unknown person.
And part of me was relieved, too, because that week kill earlier that they killed the first Hard Eyes, that wasn't the finale. So now here we are in the finale, and Hard Eyes, or both Shaw and, I guess they're both Shaws, tell Allie, you know what? If you kill yourself, we'll let you go.
No, if you kill Jay, we'll let you go. If you kill yourself, we'll let Jay go.
That's what I meant. I'll shoot myself and then I'll shoot you.
Yeah, and at first she makes it seem like she's going to shoot herself.
What did you think about the reveal that they both give? Such a complete reveal about who they are as a couple to Allie and Jay.
They James Bond them?
They not only
James
did,
Bond villain him, maybe?
Dialogue.
Yeah.
Well, they all-
monologued?
Monologue. That's the word I was looking for. They're monologuing.
They not only that, but then they have to walk them through of which one of them did each of the kills.
Well, that was for us, the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we get that forced perspective shot of the gun and the reveal that there's only one bullet in there.
And all I kept thinking was, yes, she could either shoot herself, she could shoot Jay. Well, what's to stop her from shooting one of them?
Oh, she does.
Which she goes to shoot one of them, and somehow, did she purposely shoot Jay in the shoulder to get to Shaw, or did she try to shoot Shaw and accidentally shoot him in the shoulder?
I think it was meant to be the first one, but was actually the second one. So
I chalked it up to it was her wounding him for the sake of shooting her.
maybe she saw Speed one too many times.
Yeah.
My other thought is you say shoot Jay or shoot yourself, but you're still going to stand behind Jay and the bullet could go through Jay to hit you.
Well, clearly they didn't think that through very well
No.
because Shaw does get hit.
Yeah, Shaw gets hit because the bullet goes right through Jay.
Yeah, and the part that's even more fantastical about it is the fact that she had, 47 shots at Killer Eyes, or Heart Eyes, I'm sorry, and she doesn't hit him with those 57 shots that she's taking at him, but she manages to line up that non-lethal shot to Jay that hits Shaw in the belly.
Well, she does. She does say that. I think she was just shooting a shot because she does say that my shot didn't line up right because I think she accidentally shot Jay. But let's say she decided to kill Jay, shoot him in the head. She still would have killed Shaw behind him. So basically, this is where the whole pandemonium starts. The big fight scene, all of that. Jay's been shot in the shoulder.
Quite the little back and forth that happens now.
Jay basically goes after David, and of course, Allie is fighting Shaw. David gets or basically, this was the weird thing to me because Jay gets a hold of one of the arrows. He pulls the arrow out, and is it spring loaded or something? Kind of fires up into Jay's face.
Yeah. So we see that Shaw is getting the better of Allie, and that distracts David, which allows Jay to grab that arrow.
And to answer your question, yes, it was
And he
spring loaded.
puts it through his eye socket in his nose or something, doesn't he?
Yeah, it was a good effect.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. Then he falls and gets all the candle wax, everything, all that falls on him, which I thought was probably another one of his kinks. Candle wax the nipples.
It sure didn't hurt at all. No, that must have hurt a shit ton.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
So we have Shaw now, and now she is pissed, and she is taking it out on Allie.
But Allie kind of holds her own, and they get a little tussling going on.
Well, there was also a point where Shaw, when she was standing up front, told the story of St. Valentine and how he was decapitated and everything. And my first thought when I heard that was, somebody's getting decapitated here, because why would she even bring that up?
And it turns out it's Shaw that gets decapitated.
But first, Allie stabs her in the throat with her straw.
Because that metal straw has to come back.
Allie, she's got a little bit of adrenaline pumping in her system now, and she is able to overpower Shaw enough that she catches her off balance, and she runs and rams her right into that sword on the statue.
What'd you think of the bit where close up of her neck and you could see her head detaching from her body?
The whole slow decapitation thing.
And it was a really good reveal to have Shaw's toes just barely able to reach the concrete, but you can see that they are not supporting any weight.
Right.
And her feet are slipping back and forth. And with that, it's like, man, we are spending a lot of time on Shaw's impaling and listening to her breathe through the little straw. Oh, that's why. Okay.
Well, my thought was the way the sword went through her neck, it would have cut her spinal cord, which means she'd have no feeling, no motion below. So the legs wouldn't move, nothing unless they're twitching or something. And her breathing probably would have stopped immediately.
I was thinking she should have been dead immediately as well. But because the spinal cord is cut because of the sword, the weight of her body, but I can't see her weighing a ton, the weight of her body eventually pulls her neck apart.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was a good effect.
Yeah.
And I was totally thinking what Jay said eventually. I see you got over your phobia about blood.
Because she does get sprayed with the blood again.
Yes.
And then, of course, we know there's got to be at least one, like David has to jump up at least one more time.
Why wouldn't he?
There's always that killer comes back at the end.
And so they save the day.
And we get a title card 1 year later.
And they are at the same movie theater that they were at when all of this breaks down.
They are at the office, and they are at Crystal Cane Jewelry.
Oh, that's right, because the ad campaign was highly successful.
Highest recorded sales in history.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, what was the ad campaign that they came up with? But then again, I thought, well, maybe it was just the publicity of they're the ones who killed the heart-eye killer.
I was thinking that was probably it, too.
Oh, yeah, probably. And then we cut to a drive-in.
Valentine's Day movie marathon.
And as the professor said, they even make a joke about it that they can't believe they went back to the same drive-in.
Yeah. And Jay musters up the courage to
propose living together.
And Allie's like, nope.
I want you.
So she proposes to him.
This is one of those things that, again, maybe it was just because it's supposed to be a rom-com or whatever, but I thought it was a little strange that their car is facing the movie, the movie screen, but all the cars around them are flashing their headlights at them, which means they're facing the opposite way of the movie screen.
I thought about that too. However, if you look at some of the cars, they're hatchbacks. So you would open up the hatchbacks.
Have
and
you
face
not been to a drive-in?
Are cars normally facing the wrong way at a drive-in?
It's exactly what Don's talking about. You get a little camp set up where you have the lift back up, and then you lay down in the back, and you have your treats around you, and you're watching from the back, out of the back at the big screen.
I assumed that maybe it was a setup that she had set this up to create a scene, which was again in the the mid-credit scene is to get the photo of all the cars shining the light on them.
Now, I don't know why you have people that are sitting in the car and they're savvy enough to see, all these cars are savvy enough to see, they're proposing. And
I think
that's why they all started flashing their lights.
I thought maybe she set it up as part of the romance, that she got her friends to do that.
Yes, she did.
Did you expect Hard Eyes to show up again right at the end?
No.
Because we did get, the call cuts off and all that, but I just assumed that Allie hung up on her.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. And that was Hard Eyes. All right, what do you guys think? You guys ready to rate this flick?
I'm ready to rate this flick. How about you, John? Are you ready to rate this flick?
I'm definitely sporting a heart-on to give my review.
Hey, Professor, how do we do our ratings?
We do our ratings on a scale of 1 to 5 fucks. 5 fucks is a movie that we think is cinematic gold. A 1 fuck movie is where you get done watching it, you're thinking, I am never watching this again.
And what's a 0?
A 0 fuck movie, you get done watching it, you turn to your buddy and you're like, oh, for shit's sake, what the hell? Why would you make me watch this? I want 1 hour and 37 minutes of my life back.
Or in other words, we just don't give a fuck.
I think I picked this one for Valentine's Day, so would you like me to go first?
Sure.
Before I do, Don, I would love if you guessed my rating.
You are going to give Hard Eyes 3 1/4 fucks.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Hard Eyes takes on the borderline impossible task of blending rom-com vibes with slasher horror, and somehow it mostly pulls it off. I thought the actors did an okay job, though for people being stalked and almost killed multiple times, they keep their shit together remarkably well. Maybe a little too well. The movie kept me guessing on the first watch, and on the rewatch, the clues were clearly there, which gives some legit rewatchability. At first, I was annoyed by how much it felt like Scream and a dozen other movies, but eventually you have to respect how blatantly it pays homage to horror and rom-coms. As for Heart Eyes Killer, there's potential, but without a strong sequel, heck is done. It's for those reasons I'm giving Hard Eyes 3 1/4 fucks.
Nailed it. You or me there, guy?
I'll go next. Heart Eyes is a movie I'd never heard of before, and I was mildly surprised to hear that you two clowns went off and saw this movie in the theater. You saw a preview. It's like, hey, we should go check that out. Yeah, I guess I'm not that surprised by that because you two gentlemen do enjoy a good horror flick, whereas I am incredibly particular and finicky about liking a horror movie. And I think that for me, this movie definitely hit where I thought it was going to hit. The movie is the opening scene lays it all out for me. It's just like, oh, brother, this is what the movie's going to be all the way through. Our two characters, they're almost comical in how we have no empathy for them whatsoever. And so it's just killing for the sake of killing. The fact that you have the killer, he's able to stab somebody in the head by by stabbing through the lens of the camera and into the head. Yeah, no. And then the whole squishing bit is just like, okay, I guess I know what I'm in for. And so as we get to know our characters, I will say that Allie and Jay, the characters do grow on me, and I appreciate the comical nature and the lightheartedness that we get as they banter back and forth with each other. As we get to know those characters a little bit more and we reveal a little bit more, it's like clearly, okay, these two are going to end up together by the end of the movie. And sure as shit, they do. And I found that that was the one redeeming thing that I had. As for the killer of Hard Eyes, I was not impressed. And the character is, this relentless killer. There's nothing that you can do to stop them. And they are going to be dogged, and no matter what, they will be there, and they're going to try to end your life, which is a common trope that we get in a faceless killer, if you will, because you just don't know what to make of the character. When are they going to show up again? And of course, they're going to survive, when they should have been dead. And so having that happen, I was completely expecting all of that. The character of Hard Eyes in general, he's okay, insofar as a horror genre person in the pantheon of horror killers, because I have to say, it is novel, the fact that, he has these hard eyes. As I said before, I have no idea why the world knows about him as Hard Eyes. That is not revealed, but, I just accept it that for whatever reason, it is known. By the time we get to the third act and we are in the cathedral and we get the reveal of David and Shaw, that's where I finally breathe. Okay, now I can get behind this. And I found the third act to be a redeeming issue, if you will, for the movie, because the first two acts in general, I just didn't care for it. And I was rolling my eyes a lot, and I looked at the time a lot. How can there be this much time left in the movie? Oh my God. But the third act, like I said, I found it to be, more or less, okay, I can work with this. I can get behind this. And, the fact that this kinky couple has their fetish that they do, okay, so be it. And then we see Allie standing up and she gets some chutzpah and she takes on Shaw. Okay, I like that. And so by the time the movie ends, I'm thinking, all right, it's all right. And they're living together happily ever after. Well, that's kind of sort of what I wanted to see. So with that, okay. But overall, I'm giving this movie one fuck. And I was going to go less, but like I said, it was the third act that pulled it up for me.
One fuck from the professor. Hard Eyes for me was a successful horror / rom-com type of film. Films have tried to do it in the past, but I think Hard Eyes does it exceptionally well. Like I said earlier, it's very well balanced. If you're a horror fan, if you're a fan of the genre, and if you're not, then it's not really going to appeal to you. I thought they did a great job with the cast. The killer was original enough with everything that has come before it. So you can tell that there are elements from all over that go into this, but it didn't take me out of it. I thought that the characters had great chemistry. The scares were good. The gore was fine. Overall, I'm giving Hard Eyes 3.25 fucks. with 3 1/4 fucks from me and the comic book guy, and 1 fuck from the professor. That gives Hard Eyes an average of 2.5 fucks, which now puts it in the 31st spot with Goodnight Mommy, The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Speed. It is slightly better than American Psycho, Bone Tomahawk, and Lone Wolf McQuaid. And it is slightly worse than Waterworld, Christine, Cobra, and Bridesmaids.
I got a question for you. What was the best kill?
I was thinking that as well.
The back of the van.
Oh, the gal?
Both of them.
Both of them together?
Yeah, that's 1 kill. I call that 1 kill.
All right.
How about you, Professor? Do you have a favorite one?
I think I'm going to go with Shaw.
Getting decapitated?
Yeah, and the fact that we had the wheezing through the straw, we heard that, and then we see the feet on the floor.
I've been going back and forth, but I got to go with the back of the van, specifically the girl in the back of the van.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Although my second choice would be the very beginning with the girl getting her head squashed.
Yeah, that would be a close second for me, too.
Yeah.
Because you see her face and then bloop.
Yeah,
good stuff.
And I did not like that at all.
All right, that is going to wrap it up for this episode of Three Guys in a Flick. If you would like to know which movie we're going to be reviewing next, please check out the website. Speaking of which, hey, John, where can they find us?
They can find us at 3guysinaflick.com, where we post our show notes. You can find all of the podcasts there, and there's a web form. You can submit a movie you would like us to review. You can also find us at all of social media. We're on X and Facebook on Tuesdays. I'm letting you know what movie we will be releasing on that following Thursday. You can also find us at all of social media, where while you're listening to us, make sure to leave a comment, to go ahead and give us a like, subscribe, and in the comments, if you'd like, you could submit a movie you'd like us to review.
Speaking of comments, what do we have this week?
This week's comments comes from Ariana R., and she is submitting the movies, actually 2 movies. She would like us to review Clue and Shutter Island. Her comment is, "Love you guys so much. I've been listening for a long time and would really love to hear your review of Clue. It's one of my favorite comfort movies to watch. But if you're up for a mind twister, could you also review Shutter Island? Please and thank you."
Thank you, Ariana, for the kind comments. We do appreciate it. Clue and Shutter Island are in the Bronco helmet currently and now have multiple people that have submitted them, so we can't wait to get to them. I also want to thank anyone who listens and who has suggested a movie. If you keep listening, we'll keep recording. For Three Guys in a Flick, I'm Don.
I'm John.
And I'm Ken. Thanks for listening.
3 guys with some mics, yeah, dive into the flicks. We're here for the real talk, no time for the tricks. Don as the captain, steering us right. Kid drops now to shedding light. John with the comics, bringing the hype. From the good, the bad, to the absurd, we break it down, make sure you heard. Passion for the screen, we ride or die about movies. You know we always give a fuck, no lie.
Yeah, I mean, you don't got to be a dick about it.
I was actually in one of those situations before where I had to play along.
Did you?
Do you want to put a quarter in the machine?
No.
No. And
Have you ever been locked in a room with a couple doing something like that?
no.
I got a story if you want me to tell it. I think they put obviously a lot of things, euphemisms, things like that into these type of movies. The whole stabbing someone usually is meant to be phallic and sexual. And the fact that it sprayed her in the face and got in her mouth, I think was obviously a very phallic sexual moment.
What kind of phallic sexual moment?
He just spooged all over her.
Spooged what?
Blood.
And that was supposed to represent what?
Blood.
Blood representing blood?
No, he basically jizzed all over her is what the whole point of that whole scene was.
Is that what you wanted him to say?
Well, I just want him to land the plane, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it was.
Did you get that out of it?
No.
Yeah, neither did I. It was blood.
She got a facial.
Huh. Yeah.
But either way,
Now we know where your mind always is, bud.
this, again, I didn't catch this.
Wait,
I think
What does that mean, Don?
That she was going to give him a ride.
Yeah, but what does that mean? I'll give you a ride, big boy. What is
She
that?
called him big boy because he was tall and he was a big guy.
Did you?
Why do I have to fucking explain this to you?
What are you inferring, Don?
Nothing. All I'm inferring is she said, hey, do you want to ride, big boy? That's like saying, hey, do you want to ride, Jay? Except she didn't say Jay. She said big boy.
I'm just thinking it sounds like a sexual innuendo, Don.
And then I have to counter with what is on your mind, Professor.
Jizz? I'm glad he didn't say pulled it out for him.
You wish.
Jizz.
All right, what do you got?
I have a few. Professor, what do you got?
None. I hadn't even thought about it till I sat down here.
I have a couple.
I think Allie had the best one, which was fuck eyes.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I have wet thighs.
Ooh, that is good. I had hard-ons.
That's not bad. I have hard pies.
I had hard thighs.
Oh, yeah. That's all I had.
I had hard guys. Heart rides. And then I think this was kind of my favorite, tart pies.
Tart pies?
Yeah,
That's your favorite?
kind of. Do we have a Professor? Which one's the best one?
I'm going to go with hard guys.
How many pieces of tissue?
How many tissues? I'll go 3 tissues.
So on the Jergen scale, you're going to go 3 tissues.
Yes.
What about you?
I'm going to go 2 tissues on hard guys. I'm going to go 4 tissues on fuck eyes.
Oh, I didn't know we get to pick. I thought that's why we picked the winner. But okay,
Do we really
that's cool.
have any winner or any rules?
Yeah, okay, there you go. Hard guys, I'm going to give 3.5 tissues.
All right.
So
Hard guys?
hard guys.
All right, so yeah, that's unanimous. That's the one.
And may all your days and nights be filled with happiness. All right, fuck off. Good night.
When lips are in the face, we hit the sky. So tune in, feel the thrill, catch the vibe. As 3 guys in a fight, keep the passion alive.